time might not be as universal as you may have thought. This startling idea is brought to you by time dilation, a weird thing that happens, at least noticeably, as you approach the speed of light, which is 186,282 miles per second. So yeah, pretty fast. An example of this is that if you have two clocks that are incredibly accurate, I'm talking atomic clock level of accuracy, and one is accelerating at half the speed of light, the effects of time dilation are displayed. The clock that is going at 1/2 the speed of light will now tick at a faster rate than the other clock. However, some notes have to be made. If you watched the clock as it was going at half the speed of light, and you were also going at half the speed of light with the clock, then that clock wouldn't seem to actually go any slower. In fact, it would seem like the other clock would slow down. Weird, I know. And if you were watching this happen from a non-moving place, or what's called a non-moving frame of reference, an inertial reference frame, then the non-moving clock would seem faster than the moving clock. Lastly, if you bring these clocks back down to a non-moving speed and a non-moving place, then they would seem to still tick at the same exact rate, but the one that traveled at half the speed of light would be ahead of the other clock. The reason this happens is simply because, in all instances, you are making a clock move relative to you. This means that more time passes. Alright, so, here's a little example. So first off, we have Matt, the blue guy. Then we have Kevin, the orange guy. They're throwing a football around, okay? And then you notice their friend Steve, and he runs away from them. But from Steve's perspective, he just sees Kevin and Matt go away from him while he stays in one place. I mean, that means that Matt and Kevin are really moving backwards while still throwing the ball. And yeah, that's kind of weird, but that backwards motion comes from Steve's perspective, as that's really what's happening to Steve. And the downward that's just the ball. That's just the ball moving downward. Now, the reason the ball goes diagonally is because if you combine those forces, you get a diagonal line. And this line, if you'll notice, is longer than the original path of the ball before they were going backwards. Imagine runners running 100 meters. If you make them run 200 meters, it takes more time. So since the ball must take a longer path, just like the runners did, more time is taken up, just like the runners will. In other words, something Steve is doing is making the other two's actions take longer. That means Steve is making other things around him take longer. That means Steve is slowing time down. Now, this is time dilation, and also this effect is only noticeable by humans at least, but you have to go at least like 60% the speed of light, so we're not going to be able to do that for a while. And additionally, you might think that everyone around you would kind of slow down, like in those Quicksilver scenes from Marvel, or, I don't know, those scenes where in any superhero just goes really, really fast. But it would be more like everyone around you isn't as fast as you. It's like when you're in a car and you speed up faster than someone else. They don't seem like they're actually slowing down in time, their wheels are still spinning. It's not like their wheels are like going slower. No. It's just that their car isn't as fast as yours. And additionally, time dilation occurs due to gravity, as gravity actually bends the fabric of space-time. And basically, what happens is that gravity makes distances longer, just like the earlier example that was about the football. Anyways, life is the experiment, and you are the scientist. Thanks for watching. Bye. Check out some of my other videos and click that sexy picture of me to subscribe. Click that picture of my friend Matthew to check out his channel. And lastly, click that rectangle to see the rest of the playlist.